You know those pictures where you've got a hand drawing a hand drawing a hand? Yeah, it just kind of folds into itself somehow. I want you to picture, if you will, a little blank center point in the middle of a piece of paper with a whole bunch of, we'll call it movie film. You've got each individual frame, and strip, each film strip with all the separate frames describes your life. But each film strip is a little different from this film strip before. These lives are all being lived at the same time. They're all you. You is that blank center point, what would appear to be empty space. We keep focusing on limits and shrinking ourselves down without intending to, energetically. We have seemingly sought to destroy every good thing that is human. A good portion of them we don't even remember anymore. We knew more about being human 10,000 years ago, more or less when it all started. But that's a complicated story. Keeping that picture in mind, the film strips with the empty spot in the middle, it wasn't meant to be said this time. Just keep that in mind. It fits into a lot of things, especially when you match it with, the description of the hand drawing the hand. All those pictures have some focal point that isn't really meant to be a focal point. It's meant to be a disappearing point. Something that never really gets any definition. Something that can never really be defined. Those pictures describe reality better than a picture of a bowl of fruit. Link that with sleep. Why do you need to sleep? There's no real physical reason for it. It's a mental reason, the mental connection. This body's an avatar. You also have several other avatars. When you go to sleep, you go to another avatar. Yeah, welcome to my world. I honestly believe that the reason why I am, for all intents and purposes in this world, crazy is because I'm not crazy. Which sounds crazy. So which is it? You decide. I don't know. Yeah. I've been forcibly limited in this life, deliberately sabotaged from the beginning by my dad, who, because he would not pay attention to the signs that were there, because he had to cling to his book and ignore the truth, he rejected me. He doesn't know what kind of a mistake he made, but he will. Not this life, but he will. He's not gonna like it, but he's gonna learn from it. I don't know where it goes from there, but I do know he learns from it. So the pain was worth it. That's a teacher. I don't know why it's been doing this to me lately. I just walk around and live, and all sorts of things come to mind. I mean, my 30-minute videos, that's how my mind is functioning essentially all day long. When I'm speaking along one line of logic, my mind is traveling 10. Most of them I am not consciously aware of. Because what's the best way to put that? To slow it down enough so that you can be consciously aware of it winds up it just causes a mess. And it's not a mess for the universe, it's a mess for you. It's your own individual mess. You created it. There's a good thing to know about messes that you create. You can get rid of them fairly easy. But if you're focused on the wrong mess, if you're looking outside and pointing fingers, it doesn't matter how righteous of a life you've led, you will never learn your lesson. If you never ask questions, you're never going to learn your lesson. All of the most powerful and important questions you should be asking yourself have been essentially hidden right in front of your nose. But you gotta look at how have we as individuals been trained to look at the world by society. You see, that's the trick right there, society. Society is what's out of place. It sounds better, but what has society brought to this world? This society. Are there ways that you can have a society that would work? I'm sure there are. We as humans haven't found them, but that's because we keep focusing on the fear, the anger, the hate, the violence, excusing violence. We're not honest enough with ourselves to recognize truth and honesty in front of us. We are the demons. We are in hell. We're the ones trying to reach out to the rest of the universe. Do you get it yet? We're the problem. We're here to learn a lesson. When we've learned our lesson, we get ourselves back. This wasn't exactly meant to be a prison. We idiot humans made it one by our own ignorance, making a determination without any understanding of anything that made it to begin with. Anytime I'm stopping and just kind of looking around and thinking like that, I'm trying to organize my thoughts because I'm struggling with branch offs of like more than 3 lines of thought at a time. But they can get quite extensive. There have been times that it's been such an explosive mess that I'm not entirely sure how many lines my mind created. My best guess estimate would be 50. My mind is a scary thing, but it's a scary thing in a way that isn't scary, if that makes any sense. It sounds like it really does seem like every time the most important concept comes up, words make it sound crazy. Words make it sound crazy. You look around, the world looks crazy. You open your ears, the world sounds crazy. And you can't even have the chance to differentiate if you don't slow down so that you can recognize that it sounds, looks, tastes, feels, smells crazy. Yeah. Yeah, crazy. I was crazy once. I lived as a kitty cat in a house with this crazy guy. He had long hair and glasses. Crazy? Yeah, I know crazy. Crazy's closer to real. Nobody follows logic lines anymore. I bet you most of you don't even have a clue on what a logic line actually is. if you try to look into logic lines, you're going to find a lot of little roadblocks, a lot of little side trails, because a lot of people will use that term in a specific way. Logic lines are, for all intents and purposes, a type of light coding. If you can get to the point where you can recognize what I just said, and you look at the Bible, you will notice the Bible is a Gorgon's knot of logic lines. So yes, there is power in there. It's all tied up. The way you use it is by untying the Gorgon's knot. And unlike the story, you can't just chop through the knot. You'll be in a world of a mess. It doesn't really work that way. It just sounds clever. The one who came up with that end, they probably knew the real ending and didn't put it. They basically described the end of a reality. Alright, my cat's calling. I gotta pay attention to him. Rising Angel signing off for now.